Alright, so the Cars game review did well. So I decided to make another one. Now, Cars isn't just the only franchise I hold dear. I'm just looking at my total hours of Sonic Adventure 2. Today, we're going to be starting a new marathon, just like how the Cars video started its own. Today, we'll be reviewing Sonic 1 on the Sega Genesis. So we start off this franchise with one of the most iconic levels in gaming history, Green Hill Zone. When you think of Sonic, you think of things like Fast, Chili Dogs, 06, and Green Hill. While most of the fans are sick of it now, you can't lie and tell me this shit isn't iconic. It's nice and colorful to look at, the loops and slopes make it a fun little playground to get accustomed to Sonic's moveset, and the music bops. The boss for this zone is Dr. Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik if you're a filthy 90s kid, voiced by with his egg record. It's a checkered ball chained to his Eggmobile that he swings around like he's in a room full of ladies and he's helicoptering it like it's nobody's business. And here's when the game takes a giant dip in terms of quality. We go from rolling across grassy plains and blazing speeds to pushing blocks and riding on them while they slowly surf into lava. I hate this stage. It's not as bad as a certain one we'll get to, but it still sucks. The boss here is Dr. Eggman again, but in his Egg Scorcher. He flies around and shoots fireballs from the bottom of his machine. Well, at least this is a step up from Marble. Spring Yard Zone. You bounce up and down and all around on springs, bumpers, and more springs. It's a lot less slow than Marble, but it's still not as fast as Green Hill. Once you think you're going fast, you immediately get stopped by a bumper. The boss here is Dr. Eggman, in the Egg Stinger. He flies around the area and tries to skewer you with the spike on the bottom, all while destroying the ground beneath you in the process. Ugh! Boy, you thought Marble Zone was bad? Boy, you haven't seen Labyrinth. It's the first ever water stage of the series. But unlike Mario, where you can just keep pressing A to swim, in Sonic Land, you can't. You're much slower and you can drown. Too long without an air bubble, and Sonic supplies his lungs with some good old H2O. The reason? Well, apparently Yuji Naka thought hedgehogs can't swim. They can, but if you have a pet hedgehog, don't bathe them in water that's high enough to go through their ears and nose. Labyrinth stays true to its name and has a bunch of traps. Maces, spike ceilings, badniks, the works. 3 by June Snowy. Yes, I have the album. I'm better than you. There's a part in one of the acts where Sonic slides down waterfalls and you have to jump at the right time to escape the infinite hell of sliding down waterfalls. The boss is, well, not your average boss. Instead of fighting, he runs from you, and you have to chase him. Sounds fun, right?
Wrong!
It's so narrow, and there's too many things out to get you. Maces, projectiles, the water, it's all so annoying. Now we get to somewhere more speedy. Starlight Zone marks the return of the loops. We haven't seen them since Green Hill Zone. Besides from that, it's a pretty solid stage. We haven't seen one since Green Hill Zone. Sonic has to traverse a city under construction. You can tell we're almost done with our journey. The boss for this zone is Dr. Eggman, again, in his Egg Spiker. Shoot spiky balls onto teeter-totters and you have to shoot back at him. The final stretch. Sonic has to dodge pistons, fire, spikes, and electric bolts. This level has pretty precise platforming. It's also pretty hard too, which I can excuse because it is the final level. What I can't excuse is that Act 3 is literally just fucking Labyrinth Zone Act 4! It's like, hey, for the final level, I suggest we pull a giant fucking middle finger to our players. Oh, I know, Labyrinth 4. But now that we've been through hell for a second time, we hit a spring, which leads us to... It's the final boss of the game. There's 6 pistons, but only 2 come out at the same time. And you have to guess which one has Eggman in it. And in between the pistons, electrical balls try to kill you. Once you bop Eggman one last time, he's sent packing for the final time. The ending scene is basically Sonic running in Green Hill Zone. And if you get all the Chaos Emeralds, literally nothing happens! You have to go through 6 fucking acid trips to find Jolly Ranchers, only for nothing to happen! The game's music starts the trend for Sonic music. That being, it's really fucking good. The composer, Masato Nakamura, forgive me if I butchered that, had a background in J-pop, and it shows, with a lot of the tracks feeling very pop-like. The songs fits levels too. Marble sounds very slow, yet somehow very fast in return. The boss theme sounds very dramatic, and the Final Zone theme sounds even more so. This OST isn't too bad. It's definitely not the best Sonic OST, as I think Adventure and Adventure 2 beat it, but still. The controls are very simple. You move Sonic with a D-pad, and the A, B, and C buttons make him jump. They feel pretty good, and the momentum-based physics are great for our first time around the old Green Hill. The gameplay is also pretty fun for Green Hill Zone. Yeah, almost every level after Green Hill is slow. The whole game was marketed as, whoa, this isn't Mario. Mario slow, Sonic fast. So seeing Sonic being this slow is a little weird. Alright, so since there's a lot of cut content, I'm only going to talk about a chunk of it. If you don't like that, you can go file a complaint. Alright, so we got some sprites showing Sonic all gray, possibly a death sprite where he dies by lava. We also got a sprite showing him shrinking. We don't know what it would have been used for. We also have a monitor that has some goggles on it. Apparently it was going to be used to prevent Sonic from drowning. Here's a checkered boulder that would have been in Green Hill Zone. Again, we don't know why it was here nor cut. It's also in the debug mode, but you can't place it. So Sonic was originally going to be way different. There were concepts of him being a Teddy Roosevelt knockoff in pajamas, holding a teddy bear, him being a rooster, an armadillo, and a rabbit who can pick stuff up with his ears called Feels. And even when they decided on Sonic, they were even more concepts that are trash, like him having a human girlfriend, and him being in a band. There's also a lost prototype used for the 1990 Tokyo Toy Show. It was a lot different than the final version we all know about. It was originally going to be in the Sonic Mega Collection, but they couldn't find it. It's just another case of Sega's incompetence biting in the ass. And that's about it. Overall, Sonic 1 is a rocky start. It starts out great in Green Hill, but then it evolves into a slog of a game. It's not the best start, but it could be worse. If you want, you can like and subscribe, please. I don't know. I don't want to seem too forceful or annoying. I also got a Twitter at Bingus__4 and a Tumblr at Bingus the Sussy Piss Goblin. That's about it. Now get on my fucking site. I need to finish the Sonic Frontiers update.